Hello colleagues, this is Mel Coleman, your Head of Quality for TLA and CPD, and this is just a short video to support the Digital Skills Development Plan for Teachers and just explain what it's all about. So following the COVID-19 crisis, we've had a look at how we can support teachers with developing their digital skills. Now this is alongside the Essential Digital Skills document and video, which is for all staff, but for teachers this is more teaching focused as opposed to just basic digital skills, and it's based on something by the ETF, the Education Training Foundation, who have done a lot of work on preparing staff for digital and their skills journey. So we've written this document. I'm not going to go through the whole document in the video, but you can see we've sort of decided to use a model of learn, apply and share, and that sort of mirrors what the ETF has. So in here we explain the ETF Digital Competency Framework, and how it works is they have a self-assessment and they have a document which I'm going to show you, but they don't have an online self-assessment like they do for the Essential Digital Skills, so we've developed one that you can do yourself within this document. So this is their full reference guide for the framework, and you'll see there's a number of objectives grouped into things like planning your teaching, and then it's got the activities down here, and you basically self-assess as to whether you're stage 1, stage 2 or stage 3. So you read down here and go, okay, am I doing these? Am I aware of them? Am I embedding them? Or am I really using them very effectively and promoting them? And you self-assess. So this is a really detailed document, and it takes a little while to read. And then within the guide here, we've suggested that you just sort of tick which one you are. So stage 1 is exploring, 2 is adopting and 3 is leading, and you tick where you are. And you might be different in different areas, so you might be really strong in one area and less strong in another, and that's completely normal. It's a spiky profile just like our students have, so you might find you're very strong in some of the digital aspects and less strong in others. So you work your way through it, and then what we've suggested you do is you create your own action plan, and the resources available from the ETF link directly to the different stages. So I've already clicked on here, stage 1 exploring, and it gives me a number of videos that I can work through that are around EdTech that are based on exploring. If I go back and click on adopting, excuse a moment, and you can see there's a number of different tools for the level that you're working at. And I think that's really important because it's quite hard to plan digital CPD when everyone's at a different stage. Some of you are going to be very, very skilled in certain areas, and some people are going to be completely new and never used a tool like this before. And if I just click into one of these videos and show you how it works, it's a short activity, so you launch the video and you actually get these badges. So if you create a profile and log in within the ETF, you can get these badges and you can download them and you can record these on your own CPD. So they're really, really useful, and we've just thought that we would direct people to them. There's also lots of other resources that we've linked to. So we've linked to the Microsoft guides. So there's really detailed videos and guides that are really user-friendly on Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, SharePoint, Teams. There's so many. And then we will be running online CPD, and we are hoping to be offering more CPD. We're going to be sharing more videos, and we are doing a number of other things to support staff. But in the short term, we thought we would try and support staff by getting them to do a self-assessment and a digital action plan. Now this isn't mandatory, this is just recommended at this point, but I think that the good thing about the self-assessment is you don't always know what you don't know. You know, you might not be aware of certain things that you can do. And the really useful thing about the Digital Skills Competency Framework that the ETF has developed, they've developed it with teachers and they've developed it with JISC, and it's essentially around what skills a competent digital teacher would have. So this is sort of almost like an aspirational thing of, if you get to leading in all of them, then you would be a very, very competent digital teacher. So they've actually created these professional standards, and they've they've looked at the EU Framework for Digital Competence as well. So you can see it references the ETF Professional Standards, the GIST Digital Capabilities Framework, and the EU Framework for Digital Capabilities for Digital Competence for Educators. And it's a really, really useful tool that staff can use. So it isn't something we've designed. This exists in the world, and other colleges work towards this, and we've just tried to embed it into what we're suggesting, rather than coming up with something from scratch. So I hope you found this video useful. Do have a read of the documents and work through, and I think this would be a really useful way to focus your own CPD. You could also link it to appraisals in the future. You can evidence to your manager what CPD you've been doing on the ETF, but also if you're aware of your own digital actions and what you want to develop, then you can suggest them as your development points for your own appraisal in the future. So I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to sharing more CPD with you soon.